Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our very. I was trying to think of I caught myself up there. I was gonna say our evening players. I was like, that doesn't make any
Evening
sense.
players.
Yes, the players who have decided to play this evening. That's what we're gonna go with.
We have. Well, hi. That's a new one.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. But before we talk about what's happening this time, as always, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time. As Zach reunited with the rest of you during the night, he brought the company of another traveler, one Volothamp Godarm, a novelist who seemed to know a little bit about everything, although it would also seem he would like to embellish every detail. He had his curiosity of you, as well as your noble quest to deal with a threat of demon princes whom he called demonic royalty or kings or queens. He even said he would help you on your journey to Gontalgrim, as you would probably never be allowed inside any city topside without proper invitation, seeing as you had a number of drow amongst your company at least. So, you guys started to get some rest, and the morning was greeted by yet another visitor in your camp. Casmus's father and patron, seemingly disappointed by his son's inaction or inability to defeat the demon threat beneath. He seemed to hope for better standing when you went back down. And with little more than a scolding, he quickly took leave of your company, not before transmuting the stone speaker crystal that Casmus held, to function as a conduit to speak with him in the Underdark through the fair Zess. But afterwards, Volo led you down a path after breakfast, having missed the entire conversation with Casmus's dad. But took you through the hills, revealing the mysteries and wonders of a thing called snow along the way. And cold though it was, your trek led you to Mirabar, a large city atop a knoll near two rivers, with apparently most of it underground. And after a small detail, with Volo telling the guards you were his experts with him, you were allowed in under his company. And he took you to a tavern called the Red Axe, where you met a woman named Davra Jasur. She claimed she had a small caravan that was hoping to head to Gontalgrim, but had no guards. You all agreed to travel with her come morning, as it would be paying, supposedly, and gives hope for entrance into Gontalgrim upon arrival, as at least you're not most of a company of drow at that point. And, well, you all got some rest this evening, and in a real inn. And we're going to pick up in the morning as we'll get to Yesbo here in a minute. But yeah, the rest of you all get up in the morning. Is there anything you'd like to do, or attempt to do rather? As some of you wondering might be bad news bears, but
Want to get out of the city.
Nah, you're fine.
No.
it's up to y'all if you guys want to just hang out at the inn until Davra comes to see you. That is perfectly acceptable as well.
Do we have cold weather clothes already?
She was
She said
going to be quiet.
Just bring 'em.
she's gonna bring him.
Okay.
Yes.
I was considering checking out and seeing if my brothers and sisters had a presence here, but I don't trust their reaction to our drow compatriots, so I say maybe we just stick to the inn for now.
Fair enough. You would be cautiously given breakfast to some of you as the waitstaff would approach your table occasionally and just drop it off without a word, giving furtive glances towards a few of you. Is there anything you'd like to discuss while you're awaiting Davra's entrance?
Oh, is this just like the biggest city there is
No,
above?
no.
And
Hey, it's
here?
not a small city.
I mean, how much more can they be? I mean,
It's a dwarven city. There's going to be things on the ground that you don't see.
oh,
You would imagine by the size of it, just the size of this mound, that it's on the knoll, that it probably is bigger, if at least the same size as Gracklestug beneath it. You would even probably occasionally in the night, and probably less so in the morning, hear these, feel these rumblings beneath. All of the buildings seem very well equipped for dealing with small quakes from whatever might be happening beneath. You would occasionally see the occasional miner coming up into the inn, trying not to pay attention to the two drow, a tabaxi, and a mushroom man. Definitely, probably more intrigued about the mushroom man, but not wanting to approach, seeing as there's a couple of drow with them. But after about 40 or so minutes after dawn has risen and you guys get some food, get some nosh. It's not... it's serviceable. It's mostly bread and just some, probably some sort of like grits almost. Some sort of mash. Nothing extravagant, but serviceable. But before the hour is up, Davra would enter, as I did have art for. I forgot to show it to you. But short hair, kind of standing tall. She would come in and there would be someone with her, dressed in cold weather gear, bundled up, scarf over their face. She pulls her scarf down as she approaches. Well, it would seem you all survived the night.
Right, that we did.
How many of you are with Bragendarth?
2, me and my boss.
Looks to Weller.
No, the other one, female drow.
Oh,
She'll be meeting up with us. You got extra gear for her?
sure, I'll take it out of your pay.
Right.
Well, come on then. We do have
I stand up
daylight
immediately
burning as she eyes the drow in the presence.
as we're going outside. Pull the hood over.
Yeah, and you would see that she has kind of right outside the inn. It would be 3 carts, two of them kind of classic covered wagon kind of style, with a third one looks to be a smaller cart pulled by a mule that contains wheels of cheese. And the other two would be pulled by a single steer each, or ox, rather. Well, I trust you know your way around a road, but don't let me stop you with that. This should be a short journey. Let's try to make it short as possible. We aren't making any detours. We have a schedule. Now, I will keep in mind we are not expected, but arrival should do fine.
Right, that checks.
Right.
All right.
Your drow presence might cause a bit of a stir, so in the presence of once we arrive, what's up?
All right. Understood. How long's the journey? Typically.
Should be about 4 or 5 days.
All right.
Nothing extravagant. The roads aren't particularly kind. Often wagons do break down. But I have a repairman, one of my drivers, skilled with wooden tools. I would also request that you do not talk to them. They lose task easily.
Right. No talking to the help.
And that is all.
Sounds like a fair deal.
And she'll, without really a word, she turns to start essentially kind of leading the caravan down.
Walk beside it if there's room, and if not, walk behind it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say in the streets there might not be ample room to walk beside it, just because of the kind of narrow passages on the side of this, the different bluffs or not bluffs, but like the kind of like the walls and stuff and the buildings. So probably not the easiest to walk beside it, but you can easily walk between them, and occasionally walking beside it. But as you head down to the gate, not the gate, actually, it would be the same gate that you left from. That gate. That gate right
Okay.
there. Guards would stop the caravan. Davra would have a hushed conversation with the guard in front. You might see the small exchange of small bag as the guard waves the caravan through.
That went better than I expected. As we're out of here after we leave the city.
Yeah, and good.
Dusk is going to saunter behind the caravan a short distance. His goal being to see if we're being followed.
Give me a perception check. The 16.
16.
You would see some people going in and out of the gate, to kind of start the day or end their night, as there might be some like miners coming back from a night's haul, or hunters coming back with food. And a couple of other people, looks like they're got mining equipment, leaving the gate. You might see one or two of the guards at the gate keeping an eye on the caravan, but don't follow. Don't give chase by any means.
Okay. Until we're a good distance out of the city, he's going to continue to keep an eye out for that. Just, meander
Fungi
about and looking back on occasion.
Okay.
on the other end, Fungi is going to walk very close to Davra and chatter nonstop, just asking her tons of personal get to know you questions like, so where are you from? Tell me what it's like up here. How'd you start doing this?
Where I'm from is none of your business. And as you can see, it's quite cold.
But it's pretty. It's so much lighter up here. Down below it's gets so much more darker, but it's kind of homely. It's cute too.
You would be surprised at the wonders that some people would gawk at down below. The luminescent funguses and glowing rocks often bring a certain spectacle that is not seen up here. Although I suppose if you are from there, this would seem a spectacle too.
Hey, how come you're so pale? You're like almost Cadmus like pale. I thought with all the you people up above you, you're supposed to, not be like that. Like
I don't get a ton of sun. I work primarily in the north where there's a little bit less of it. I also have some dealings in a cave or two myself.
oh, did you make any friends with mushrooms?
I would say you'd be my first.
Oh, you should come down when this is all done and come back to my area. You can meet all my mushroom friends back where I used to live. There was my neighbor Steve and Bethany and Jerome, and he's just going to continue listing just idle mushrooms that would just sit there, and to the point that he's probably being very annoying. But it's just
Yeah,
him.
you would definitely notice that she is she'll do her best to play nice, but I'd say with the passive insight of fungi, she's more distracted. She's trying to pay attention to the road ahead. Eyes on the cargo and all that. But before and while this is going on, as you cross the bridge into the wilderness beyond, Yezvo, following Zach's tracks and primarily traveling by night, as it is frigid up here, so it may have taken a little bit more leisurely time popping your dome up here and there. But also protective, getting to see the wonders of snow around and trees. It's all rather odd. But you've had about a day and a half to kind of start to get used to it. Nothing, actually probably like 2.5 days to get used to it. But nothing attacks, nothing extraordinary other than what you might find unusual to your eyes. The signs that Zach left led to what looks like a large city. The city you see here, this picture, this large human or dwarven human city on this large hill between two rivers where they converge. And kind of as you're getting ready to go in the morning, not wanting to spend city night looking through the city for wherever Zach may have gone, you would see this caravan of three wagons and your group traveling outside of the city, heading, looks like, in a southwestern direction.
Do they look in distress, or they just
They're just walking.
looks like
They're just going down the road.
okay? I will approach them.
And you all would see Yezebo approach.
Hey, boss.
Hi.
Secured entrance into Gauntlgrim.
Possibly secured.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Davra would pat Fungi on the shoulder. Remember all the names and tell them to me later as you keep an eye out. It seems you might have forgotten a few, if you don't mind. And she kind of gets further back in the train to see this new arrival in the caravan, in the train. Hello.
Hi, I'm Isabeau.
This one's commanding boss or leader, I take it?
He calls me that, but I don't know.
She looks to Zach for a moment.
Right, no, she's my boss.
It would seem
Okay,
that we
you-
might have a connection or two. As she smiles. And you can see she's keeping herself, like, she's very stand up straight and orderly kind of individual. Fur cloak on at the moment, but definitely kind of makes her look bigger than she actually is.
Right. As soon as Iz sees the fur cloak, she's gonna be like, Zach, do you have any extra clothes?
Right, she promised to get you some gear. I didn't forget about you, boss.
Oh, perfect.
I'll get you to Gauntlgrim safe, as promised.
That's what you're here for.
Right.
Curious what business you would have in Gauntlgrim again? Volo mentioned something about demons.
Right, there's lots of demons. Need help. Going to Gaunt Grim.
I'm curious who needs help.
Everyone.
This world. The
Like you're gonna
entire
stop.
entirety of
You think
Faerun
they're just
needs help.
you think they're gonna just
Sure.
stay in the underworld?
I believe you're missing the point of the question I asked.
Fair.
Are we missing the point? I literally told you the entirety of Faerun.
I wasn't talking to you. You'll mind your tongue while you're being paid by me. No, I'm sorry. Who sent you? Is a better question. More direct, even.
It's quite direct. See, I am a lieutenant in the Brigadiers. I have a letter. It's supposed to go to Gauntlgrim.
So Bragan Dirth sent you directly?
Yes.
No names? That's fair.
Not at this time. I feel I've shared a little more than normal.
Well, as I said, I believe we share some things in common.
All
At
right.
least friends of friends. You might have friends of mine. Or at least friends of ours.
Isabel starts thinking of anyone that she could possibly have friends with, and she does the little blank stare while she taps her fingers. Okay.
Do you know how you'll be received in Gontagrim? And this she will direct towards everyone.
Right, so I'm guessing that we'll probably be shackled and chained, and then if we can just get an audience before Bruner, that would be... Right, that's all we need.
So you fully expect
That's
to
very
be imprisoned?
scary.
Maybe
Right.
damn, I don't expect it.
I don't expect it either. What are you talking about, Zach?
I'm guessing that, until the letter gets to Bruner. Right.
You have a letter.
To be fair, I kind of expect that all the time.
You should always start with a letter. If you have a letter of introduction, that would go far.
We have a letter.
And if we are there seeking aid, I suggest straightforwardness
It's always
and
a
respect.
good approach. Respect is always well received by the dwarves.
And dwarves aren't often deceptive by their nature. Keep that in mind.
Zach, yes, do you guys know what the letter says?
Would I know what the letter says? I don't think Isabel would open it.
She
other
hasn't
than what
opened
she
it.
was told. No.
Is it sealed? I guess that's the question. Is it sealed?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it is sealed, it's still sealed.
Yeah, it would probably be sealed. Fair. And she'll look to Casmus. I'm sorry for being so curt.
It's not her.
No. We have a journey ahead of us. There should be a coat for you. I'll go grab it. As she goes into the back of one of the wagons and quickly pulls out a coat. A heavy furred cloak. We shouldn't need it for too much longer. We're heading away from the spine and heading more closer towards a warmer mountain.
Spine is what you call mountains up here? Those? And I point to, like, rocks.
She'll kind of adjust herself. Those are what we call the spine of the world. It's a long mountain range stretching all the way from one coast to who knows where else. One of the largest in the world and keeps the frozen north at bay. The snow here is nothing compared to what's up there. But no, we're heading to slightly warmer climes. I believe Gontagrim is known to be quite toasty in some parts.
Alright. Yeah, it is a little bit colder up here than underneath. When we're down under, it's always the same temperature.
Oh. I suppose you haven't had
Hmm.
any chance encounters with plumes of lava or steam vents, things like that.
Occasionally. Tend to avoid those areas. They're usually filled with poison gas. The
Hmm.
lake, however, is a little bit cooler than the rest of the Underdark.
Ah, yes. The Dark Lake.
Right.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Right? How do you usually get into the Underdark?
Through tunnels.
Trade secret, I'd imagine.
There are certain passages that perhaps if we become a little friendlier, we can share. Well,
I think that's fair. I think we'll get to know each other along the road. And if you have any questions, I can answer what I can answer.
I have none yet, although I didn't realize that your Myconid friend could talk a lot. I always
Right.
thought they talked through spores.
He's not a Myconid. Similar, but different.
Oh yeah, we met a bunch of them. They're really neat too.
Oh, you're right
He's
there.
But
kind of
we're kind of different.
As she
he's
didn't
kind of
even
his
notice
own
that you were
thing.
there. Okay. Interesting. Having your own thing. She just kind of lets out a sigh. Well, we should pay attention to the road, surroundings, general
Right.
guarding, if you don't mind.
Right. And I'll just find a place to post up and keep in guard. Let me know if there's any spots possible for ambush you want me to fly up and take a look at.
Fly? We have wings that we don't know about.
No, just let me know if you need me to fly up. I have the ability. Pretty good
You
for
a
scouting.
magician?
Of sorts.
Suppose you all are probably full of tricks. Hopefully we don't have to see them.
Right, I hope not. But everyone keeps telling me how dangerous it is up here, so. There's these things called squirrels.
Yeah.
Yes. The mighty
Squirrel?
squirrel.
Right.
Matt is
My
squirrel.
mates told me about this creature. It can tear your face off. Such a small little creature, but we have things like that in the Underdark, so I understand. Not hairy, but usually like piercers. They fall down from the ceiling, impale you, and then
Don't worry about squirrels.
We
I
should
look back
worry
at
about
Casmus.
we should worry about the things in the mountain that throw their children at you, and ghosts.
Ghosts, yes, but I
What?
don't think we'll encounter any ghosts on our travels. We're going to be on the road. We aren't going to be
Wow.
stopping at any towns or any ruins. We'll make camp by the side of the road at designated spots that have been deemed safe already for travel.
Listen, we made camp at the side of a road in a designated spot, and there were ghosts. So, you can never be too careful.
Well, that's why there's guards. You.
Right. We're here to dispatch any problems.
You must not have heard of how we handled those ghosts.
Be on the lookout for wyverns or, worse, giants from the mountains should they come down. And you never know what comes out of
Fomorian are
the...
up here?
The what?
Fomorian are up here? Or stone giants?
I think I've encountered a stone giant once. It went fine. I'd worry more about the hill giants or the frost giants from the mountains.
Not familiar.
Well,
Big? Dumb?
yes, quite big. No, frost giants are not dumb. Hill giants, yes. We will be traversing by a marsh as well at a few points. It'll be on the south of the road. We'll be kind of going around it. But colder climb, so I wouldn't expect too much from there. Undead would be in there if that's to your liking, but traversing through the swamp is hazardous and out of the way at best.
Right. We're just looking for safe passage to Gauntlebrim. I don't plan on doing anything.
That is the goal. Now.
Right. Just let me know at those spots, and I'll go back to watching.
She nods and continues to kind of saunter on. You would notice kind of through the travel as you start to travel through the actual wilderness, through this broken road of dirt and stone. There's the occasional... It's about springtime, so there's the occasional defrosted as things start to warm up. It might be the occasional water puddle or stream or small flow of the melt of from the ice and snow, but for the most part it is still pretty chilly on your travel. Going into valleys, kind of keeping near the mountains, but they would start to get further and further away. Trees dotting the place, but it's not heavy, dense forest. It's more small clusters of trees that kind of fill the mountainsides of the snow-capped mountains, and the occasional tree growing by the road. There would also be marker stones on the road every now and then, or like remnants of old, like an old pathway, lightly marked. Kind of like old field stone. But how are you guys spending this journey?
Honestly, probably much in awe, like just like as we come through the mountains, just like
Seeing birds flying overhead occasionally, large eagles, or maybe a flock of, I'm gonna say flock of seagulls, flock of crows, a murder of crows.
probably twitchy too, like not used to sounds.
Every
usually
little
they're, like,
thing,
super
yeah.
quiet. Right. It's probably like
Hearing howling of
Yeah.
wolves in the distance when night starts to fall.
yeah, that's pretty much Zach's entire day.
Yeah, Weller would be much of the same, trying to keep a lookout and oddly having the same reaction as Zach, but some things striking a familiar chord.
Yeah. The cold would be familiar. Because it's not very pleasant, but the wonder of it isn't familiar.
Yeah, I would imagine like seeing a vulture or something
Mhm.
eating a bit of dead prey, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I've seen that before. So little things like that would seem familiar.
One guy's probably in awe of a lot of stuff too, and really appreciating the things like nature, seeing like little animals scurry by or stuff that's growing, and how it compares to differently grows than in the Underdark. Probably not as jittery, not because he's used to it, but because he's too dopey
Yeah.
to be jittery about it.
There's considerably more green than probably any of you from the Underdark anticipated. A lot of green and a lot of white. You definitely didn't expect the white from the snow and ice. But the green, you probably heard tales of grass, but didn't expect it to look the way it does, growing little patches or weird bushes with leaves. Like there's no fungal presence nearby, which is a striking difference between the Underdark as instead of
Well,
trees
nothing, not even just like the occasional ones that are just around, like
by the
normal
road.
Amazon.
I would say no, not in this time of year. In the north.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was going to pick any ones that I saw, but I guess there is none.
Give me a Give me a survival check. It's gonna be a really high DC, but well, you never know.
I wasn't planning on like picking for 22. For picking like survival was just like your own ones, just seeing how they compare. Like, oh, these are a lot less magical.
Okay. I'd say there might be the occasional weird kind of fan-shaped mushrooms that resemble a turkey tail. Those are really cool mushrooms. I had one growing outside my house for a while. Hardy, almost thick, bark-like fan of brown and orange and white, kind of blending in with the ground pretty easily. But they're good, like 6 inches wide. You might spot 1 or 2 of those. And probably the occasional oyster mushroom, which are edible. But the turkey do not eat the turkey tail. It's like eating leather. But they would be far and few between. It wouldn't
Well,
be.
probably
Yeah.
Pick and study and play whatever I can find.
Like you might spot like a dead tree that somewhat resembles a dead Zerkwood, except for it's missing the cap that a Zerkwood would have. So there you might find, that's probably where the mushrooms would be.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be looking over at the tree and be like, these are weird mushrooms. Like, first, not understanding a tree is different than Zerkwood.
Mm-hmm. Actually, looking it up, there's actually several mushrooms that do fine in cold climates.
There you go.
Interesting. The more you know. Turkey tail are cool though.
That turkey tail are rotten tree stuff.
Or the oyster ones that are kind of like.
Before.
Apparently, turkey tail mushrooms must be good for you because all the Google results are capsules you can buy.
Interesting.
Chinese medicine, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Enoki. But what are how about Yezebo or Dusk or Casmus? What are you guys doing along this this journey. It is a 4-ish day journey.
Collecting plants and rocks and maybe some dirt and smudging it in a book. Writing notes along the way.
Random plants and rocks and
Yeah.
and dirt. Maybe the little bit of sand that is left on the trail.
Yeah, it won't stick in the book very well, but I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
this isn't.
It'll get
okay.
everywhere though. It's coarse.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything from Dusk or Casmus?
Most of the time, Dusk will scout ahead of the caravan. Keeping a watch
Yeah.
for the threats he knows may be up here, and at the same time, not wanting to rely on the caravan for food, he will forage for both edible plants and game.
Hey, give me a survival check.
$19.
All right, with a 19, you would occasionally, on the road, a little harder to see, but off the road, see large prints of like wolf lupine forms. Not uncommon up here. And some of them do seem big. And anything from Casmus?
I'll probably just stay near the caravan and just keep an eye out and make sure nothing tries to sneak up on them.
Okay. So I will ask for Casmus, Weller, and Zach to give me perception checks as you're keeping an eye out for things that might go bump along the trail.
Why is that so fitting for Weller? Man.
It's odd because Weller and Zach are two sides of the same coin. Like, they're both so concerned about things that, like, Weller's more kind of like almost remembering, but still worried about shit, while Zach's more of like worried about, like, you hear a little snap here and there.
I let the ghost get us.
Yeah.
And now roll a 2 here.
I didn't roll any better.
Yeah, the days, I'd say a couple of days do pass. And you do take camp at night, occasionally hearing like the howl of wolves in the distance, snarling beasts far into the wilderness, or the occasional hooting of an owl at night. And during the day, you would hear chirps of birds and also the occasional snarl in the distance. But let's say, Zach, for the last couple hours on the third day's morning, still slightly snow-covered ground as you are traveling by kind of a bend that overlooks looks like a swampland or a marshland, a bog. Steam rises out of it as it meets the cold air above it. It's probably about 70 or 80 or so feet down. But as you're kind of passing by that, you keep seeing, almost behind you, off to the other side, closer to the craggy hills northway, some figures in the shadows and in the snow.
I'm gonna let. Hey, boss, we got company. Alert the others, but don't be. And I'll go tell Weller next. I'll just slowly start like spreading it around, make sure everyone knows. But keeping it quiet, like not to create a ruckus.
Fair enough. You started alerting everyone. What does anyone do, if anything? I'd say at this point,
Training.
Dusk would be scouting ahead, as he's been doing the last few days, so he might not be privy to what's behind.
As we're acting natural,
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask Zach after he tells me, does it appear that they've noticed us?
Right, they seem to be following.
Hmm.
I'll let Davra know too. Hey, we might have company. There's something I keep seeing behind us.
Something or someone.
Not sure.
Do they
It's
look
our
like they're
shadow.
making any attempt to conceal themselves? Or could it just possibly be other travelers on the road?
I'd say the 27 looked like something was something big. More than one something.
Right.
Ruh-roh.
Right, something big is headed this way. I would not say it's people.
Are there nice big things up here?
Right.
Java would just call it often not. Keep alert
Oh.
and keep the caravan safe.
Right. You got it?
If you had to choose, lose the cheese.
No.
Not the cheese.
Yes, it's expensive, but if it came to it.
Let's hope
Right,
it doesn't.
Let's
Let's
hope when we don't lose anything.
This just keeps getting chatter and chatter.
I want to activate my boots and
Yeah.
stay on the rear caravan, like noticing where that big thing is, but
Zach just takes off. It's like, bye guys.
Absolutely.
good luck.
I don't know how discreetly I can do it. Open discreetly, but I'll turn on the fungi special.
Okay. Get your fungi special, get your shillelagh out, and your spores start to cold spores start to spread.
Gasmus is going to use Finish Figure on himself to give himself a temporary hit points
Okay.
in case it comes to it.
How far ahead is Dusk?
Maybe 50 or so feet. Maybe a little less.
Okay. You said Tabaxi. He's got great hearing.
Yeah, he would have heard Davra call out.
Gotcha, okay.
She wasn't being subtle about it at all.
Not knowing much about the terrain. Dusk is going to go back toward the front of the caravan. And he's going to climb on top of one of the hooded wagons and lay flat to give himself a little bit of elevation so he can better see anything approaching.
The road that we are traveling on,
Mm-hmm.
in this moment, we're still continuing traveling, I'm assuming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's a wider path.
Are there any points where it looks like we might be able to pull the caravans off?
I would say to your left, there is that steep embankment that goes down into the bog. To your right looks kind of more jagged, mountainous-ish. not mountain, but like jagged hills, rocky
Okay.
terrain. Zach, you would keep seeing figures about 50, 60 feet behind, sticking to the trees, sticking to kind of behind stones. Occasional see tufts of fur. A few minutes pass like this as you're tense. Davro will call. Do you see anything?
Same before. It's furry, large.
Okay. We'll stop the wagons. Should face this. Don't want to be stalked. And then they'll get us at night. It's just what they'd like. Which might work better for some of you. But those of us who don't see in the dark as well, we could do with, well, little daylight. She calls out to stop the wagon, and wagons all kind of stop.
All right.
Whoever's out there, if you are someone intelligent, suggest you keep away if you know what's good for you. I have Murderous Drow with me, as well as the Tabaxi Assassin. From the front of the caravan, creeping out behind a tree, behind a few bushy trees, you would see two figures dressed in red, one in reddish robes while the other is wearing a red scarf, dark armor, dark leathers, both riding atop what look like wolf-like creatures, but their face seemed a little distorted. The robed one, bald of head, and thicker robes. Tara, you knew this was going to happen eventually. You still owe us from last time. Yes, and I was going to pay it back as soon as I was able. I'm currently making a delivery. You should have what's yours within a 10-day at the least. Davra. We have given you plenty of chances to, repay. And you have essentially stolen from what should not have been stolen from. You say you are making delivery. Perhaps we will just take the cargo instead. Davra kind of looks curtly back to you all.
Right. On it. And I'm going to kiss my holy symbol and bless everybody.
Okay. As you cast Bless. I'm going to bring you guys to a map. We're going to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm using
You can
high
place
levels.
yourselves where you feel like you would be in this moment.
I had to be close to everybody. So I imagined...
I think it's the wrong token I still got. in this updated sheet that you.
Oh, you're right. You are absolutely right. Just drag your new token out.
All right.
Fun guys in front of Davra?
Well,
Gee,
I'd say I was moving to be a little closer
that's-
towards the side where the trees and stuff are.
Oh.
Actually, maybe I can move back a little bit. I was just figuring I was just walking a little ahead.
I was going to be close to Davra. Where is she at?
She's in the front. Oh, I see what's going on here.
No, you're.
I
flying
have
right
the
there.
wrong thing.
Man, I
There
really
you go,
hope these
Cadmus.
aren't
That one should
guards
work.
that she hired for the last trip
Yep.
that didn't get paid.
And we are going to roll initiative.
So that did not go off.
What did not go off?
Bless.
No, you got it off. Yeah, they weren't hoping to fight. Who you blessing?
I can bless everybody. 4th level spell slot. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, everybody.
There we go.
All right.
You bless the enemy too? I don't know if that's a good idea, man.
Well, obviously not the enemy. It's only 6 people. Cool.
You did say everyone.
Right, but it's still only 6 people. So just blessing the party.
Or she got an at 20. Cadmus, can you move that token around now?
Yes, sir.
Cool, cool. Well, I will say, as we're rolling initiative here, let's go ahead. I know it's a little early, but we're going to go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break. Yeah, they'll keep that 20. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break here and
Okay.
pick up in a few as the caravan is under threat of being attacked, it would seem.
Seems like it.
But definite probable attack now. But yeah, stick around, folks. We'll be back here in about 5 or 10 minutes. And
See y'all shortly.
we'll see how this goes.
Hey, everybody.
Stick around. I dare you.
Double dog dare. Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to it. And last we left off, taking a caravan of all things to Gauntlgrim, escorting it. You were noticed something was stalking you, and Davra. the caravan master, called out for whoever it was to show themselves. And as she did, it would seem there was a red-cloaked individual, red-robed individual, and a red-scarved individual, both shaved heads, claiming that Davra owed them, threatened to take what was from the caravan as payment, possible payment. But Davra didn't seem to like this and kind of looked back towards you all. And for a brief moment, that's all it took. Zach immediately started casting magic and blessed everyone with shadows. And that is where we're going to pick up. We have rolled initiative, as you guys rolled pretty darn good, actually. Yeah, you guys all rolled pretty great. So that is where we're going to pick up. Do you guys want Malicious or Clash Defiant? I'm going Clash Defiant. Screw that. I'm not giving you a choice.
Oh man, I was gonna say malicious.
I was gonna say Clash Defiant.
I was going to say Clash Defiant.
That's what we're doing.
Woohoo, we win.
There
Yay!
you go.
As Davra, up first, is going to immediately quickly pull out a... Actually, she's going to dart back to the caravan, to the wagon. We'll do a little zoom in action here. That's Davra, by the way, in combat form. She's going to dart back to the wagon, pull out a crossbow, and shoots it at one of these wargs. Here's the new art for the warg, by the way. Wolf-like, one of these wolf-like creatures. She's going for the one that the robed individual is riding. At barely hitting. And not doing a ton of damage. She didn't roll great, but barely hitting and doing some damage to this creature. She then will kind of hold in line, backing up to Zach. Ending her turn. Taking us to Weller.
Let's see. I don't think Weller's going to be able to do anything super cool. I will come and stand in front of the oxen, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Just toting our caravan.
Yeah.
And I will simply hold an action for if they move into range. Action being the attack, obviously.
Okay. Fair enough. Readying your action to attack. That will take us to Zach.
I'm gonna fly up while also moving over this way. Out towards this
How high are you going?
rock. 20 feet.
20 feet. Got a flyer.
And then I am going
They
to...
fly now?
Right.
They fly now.
I'm going to command this guy... You know what, I'll upcast it. I'll command them both to grovel.
Okay, commanding them both to grovel. Yeah, she'll do it now. She'll, as you call out for grovel, she'll cast Counterspell.
Okay.
As the wizard's magic arcs out, so it will be a Constitution saving throw.
Yes. 16.
As a bless saved you. Your spell goes through. And is a wisdom save?
Yes.
Okay, she got a 20.
Okay.
He also got a 20.
Then they're fine.
As this, you're calling out for them to grovel. You get their attention. But that's about it.
Okay. And that's movement, action. I'll have a bonus action.
Okay.
Turn.
From behind the wagons, you would see this kind of warping magic as a behemoth of a warg, along with, I believe, another warg appear behind the wagon there. A giant warg. Easily as big, like probably 15, 20 feet. We'll say 15 feet tall and maybe 20 feet long. It is going to double check. First, it's going to chomp at this donkey.
Not the donkey.
Yep,
Not the donkey.
kill that
Oh
donkey.
my god. One of God's most beautiful creatures.
Yeah, tears up that donkey, like rips that donkey in two real quick as it leaps over to the driver, or the person leading the donkey. Bites over at them, ripping their head off. It is all the way back here. For
I
those
don't want
of
to
you
play
at home.
anymore.
As the driver, head ripped clean off, the warg will then... Does it have movement? It does. Rushes over to Yezebo. As you're standing next to there. You can hear as it's running up to you. I'm going to get you. And it's going to try to bite out at you.
Protect your head.
It rolled horribly, though. Out of all the rolls it did, that was the horrible one. It got a 12 to hit.
Oh no. No, no.
As
My daily mage armor.
that
Please.
will miss. Taking us to this guy riding the warg here. Will pull out a horn and immediately blow it as you hear this horrible, almost a squealing toot come out of it. A little doot doot. As it squeals out, you will call out. Herr Fang, we need you. And that will, I believe, end. Double check. Interesting. It is interesting. That will end his turn. Taking us to the wargs. So, a couple of wargs rush out from hiding around here, while another rushes out from around the corner in the back. Boop, 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 boop. So you guys can see. As wargs start rushing in, they will actually have to take a dash to get. Yeah, they actually have to dash.
My god, they're Russian wargs.
Yep. Dashes up. This one. Well, shit, that one could have made it if the other one didn't block it. So this one will dash up to just to get to like there. And this one will dash up through its mommy and rush up to Yezebo, trying to bite out. Getting a 17 to hit Yezebo.
That is.
Alright. Yezebo, as it strikes onto you, you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
As you feel like you've been marked by something. This one will... We'll say one of them will leap in the air. As they are quite maneuverable. And it'll strike out at Zach, getting a 20 to hit.
That hits.
It'll land, so not getting a good strike onto you. Accidentally rolled to hit again. You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm. Here goes con save. 22.
You are good. The other one comes out of the bushes, and sure, it'll rush up to Weller.
One that came by.
It
Can I
lands.
take?
Yeah, it lands right there.
Oh, can I take my reactive strike on him?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Nice.
This guy will actually finish his dash up here to Dabra.
It's 18.
All right. 18,
Does
18 will definitely hit.
Let's give him a little.
You would start to see
Let-
as these wargs start rushing after that horn was tooted, a low fog starts rolling up from the marshland to the southeast. As he will take 14 points of damage to this warg. This one, yeah, Weller, you have your readied action to attack. This one gets up to you.
Yes, please. Got to scroll up and find it. There it is.
17 absolutely hits this creature.
Fantastical.
We'll take 15 points of damage. Let's see if it's toppled. Wait, use your glaive.
Oh, I did use my glaive.
Well, you use your glaive. It's canon. You slashed out with your glaive. You do have another attack if you'd like to take it.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I'll just keep going with the glaive for this turn.
All right. A 22 will absolutely hit it. Woo. As you slash across this creature, it is barely left alive.
This glaive's doing work. I forgot.
Yeah, as you cut into it, it snarls out and snaps at you, Weller. Getting a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
As you take 7 points of piercing damage. Ending the warg's turn, taking us to dusk.
Reduced by 3.
Yes. So you take 4.
So I'll just
Dusk
add
on
3
top
back.
of the wagon there.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Dusk will tumble off the back of the wagon. Run up here, scamper up this wagon right here.
Yeah.
And he'll deliver a spinning kick
Okay.
to the big boy or
Spin,
big girl.
spin kick the big thing. The big creature, the giant wolf. 23 will hit
23.
it. Yeah.
We're going to apply a hand of harm
Okay.
and impart the poison condition.
Fair enough. As it takes 25 points of damage. Yeah, as you give it a little boop on the snoot.
And then
You can kind
Follow
of
through with
see the pulse wave kind of wrinkle through its face.
And as its face rears back, open palms smack it.
23 will
23.
also hit, yeah.
Let's see if we get lucky. We're going to impart a stunning strike on it.
Okay. Big con save.
Hold on. Oh, that was that.
You got a
That should only be
21.
Yeah, that should only be 9 points of damage.
It will take 9 more points of damage as you try and strike into it. You get a little bit of its neck fur, but it seems to resist your stunningness.
And as a bonus action, we are going to I'm going to disengage
Okay.
using patient defense and move 35, 40, 50. Can move right here and tumble off the side of the cart.
Are you patient defend like the whole 9 yards of it? The key, the focus point for it, I mean.
No, I'm just using my bonus action to patient
Gotcha.
defense to disengage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm not using a key point.
Gotcha.
That's it.
All right, that will take us to Yezebo, surrounded by a bull, well, an ox, a warg, and a giant warg, who kind of seems to be stumbling slightly.
Yeah, Isabel's gonna cast Fireball.
Where's this fireball going?
Right behind this, guy
Okay.
right there.
And are you protecting the ox?
Yes.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
We will need dinner later.
Beef. It's what's for
Don't wanna-
dinner.
I mean,
We gotta get the caravans down the road.
yeah. Give me a fireball, so it'll hit those 3.
Fireball?
Dex saves.
Fireball.
This
That's
guy.
a good one.
That's a
It
good
is a
one.
good
God
one.
almighty.
As both of these guys immediately kind of blows up around it. Gone. Both of them failed. They got a 9 and a 6, as this one seems to evade it with kind of a warping magic around it. It will take half.
Yikes.
Anything else for Yezebo?
I think that's it.
Half of 32 still ain't nothing.
Still ain't nothing.
Still nothing.
That will take us to their wizard riding. Warg riding wizard. As they are going to. It's interesting. Yeah, so what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna ride right up. And right to there. As almost the snow starts to impart and gather around their hands as they start to mutter under their breath. As cold magic is drawn around them. They shoot a big old cone of cold in that direction. As I will need. I don't think it doesn't get dusk. No. But it does get Zach, Fungi, and Yezebo in this cone of cold.
Yes. Help.
As I need a dex save from... Dex save? Hey, nat freaking 20 plus bless. It's a con save, I'm sorry. But nat 20 is a nat 20. You're still good.
I have the same modifier for both.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, need one from
I don't know.
Zach and from Yezebo.
I think you should make Fungi re-roll it.
All right.
Jesus. Never mind, I take it back.
Con saving throw.
It's a con saving throw, yes.
Okay.
Yezebo, is your constitution worse than your dexterity?
1, yeah.
Okay, so you still pass. As Zach, you take 34 points of cold damage. Fungi and Yezebo each take 17 points of cold damage.
Here goes that.
Need a constitution save,
save.
DC 17.
Come on, Zach.
You're blessed.
You
Yeah,
are still
buddy.
blessed. This oxen freezes in place there. This
Why do you hate animals?
it's just there. I can't help it.
Chilling.
I didn't place them there.
I mean, you kind of did.
I mean, yeah, you kind of did.
All right.
Like, you literally are the only person that
You
did.
guys are still close enough to the, that's whatever. They're gonna ride back around because now they can essentially just use this as good movement. That will take us to Casmus.
Let's give
Somebody
him a
get
move
PETA on the phone.
right up there.
Okay,
And
running
as
right
an
back around.
action, how close I am. Let's see. As an action, we're gonna get the elemental right there beside the big
Okay.
warg. And I'm able to put no.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Absolutely.
And as a bonus action, we are going to X this big creature with Shrinked.
Okay. You get disadvantage on the strength checks. As the elemental forces its way through the ground here. Anything else for Casmus?
Casmus, nope. But the elemental's going to.
Does it say it goes right after? Does it roll its own initiative?
I think it says it goes right after me.
Yeah.
Usually with summons, it is right after.
Take his turn immediately after. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, what's that elemental do?
He's going to slam at the big thing. So he's got 2 attacks.
All right, 2 slam attacks. 19 hits it.
For 20.
It will take 20 points of damage.
And he's gonna do another one.
Do it again. Come on, Casmus.
17 just hits.
For another
13 points
13.
of damage. It will take 13 points of damage. This elemental just starts slamming into this wolf as it starts, this warg, as it starts stumbling into the near frozen wagon.
Alright, that'll be it.
33 points of damage. Not nothing.
Will take us to Fungi.
I'm just gonna try and take care of this guy right in front of me.
All right.
And make this nice and simple. And we're gonna give him 1 whack.
Give him 1 whack. As he's
Give me the old
also
knick-knack
he's also
paddywhack.
very frozen, so he's not looking very great.
Okay, so that doesn't make sense.
19 will definitely hit him.
Yeah, boy, I don't understand how I can. And then that's not
And then what?
something. That's not what like I could see the dice roll. That's not. I don't remember what the exact number was, but like I got a bonus on here that didn't make sense.
Oh,
Why do I have a? I don't know why I have a.
well, you definitely.
I don't know if it
hit
was because of.
Just
I think I
based-
have to minus that 8 though. 'Cause I don't know why I have a plus 8.
1d20 plus 8 plus 4.
So if you minus,
plus a d4.
so if you minus that, it'd be an 11
Why would it be minus 8?
because I don't know where that plus 8.
That's your
'cause I don't
that's
know
your
what
wisdom
that-
and your proficiency bonus. Looks like you rolled a
look
7.
funny.
You rolled a 7, right?
Oh, does it look like it? Because I thought it looked funny, like something weird. Funny,
Yeah, if
like
you- if
there was
you-
an extra thing in there.
Yeah, if you
Yeah, it
mouse
looks like
over
a
it.
7 plus 8 plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 8's your
That's weird.
proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier, I'm assuming. So
Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just weird. Okay. All right, yeah, okay. Never mind.
Fun
then.
guy, he's killing our animals. Just take it,
I
man.
know. There's a time I want to cheat. I don't want him to suspect that I'm cheating.
He's gonna cheat next time. You're gonna be like, "Oh, Fun Guy's so honest."
I
Never
know,
expect
right?
it.
as it will take, you knock the crap out of this nearly frozen warg as it tumbles to the ground.
Okay. If I knock him out, can I move up? Can I still do my opposite side of the pole arm strike just on a different creature
Yeah,
as a bonus action?
yeah.
Okay. So I'll just keep moving my way along. And smack at this one. Oh, nice. There we go. That one is chilling.
Yeah,
That can't
That-
get any higher.
yeah.
Yeah.
That looks right.
Yeah, that one.
Hex.
There's that. And do a critical roll from there. But I'll just
See, he even said he was going to cheat on the next one.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's awfully suspicious. All right, it will take 2d4. Okay, I see. Yeah, because the pole strike. That makes sense. Yeah, this creature barely hanging out after being slashed by the Weller's glaive a couple of times. You just kind of crack into the back of its hip as its hip shatters. And it tumbles to the ground.
And what? Just 5.
Alright.
Try and move up a little bit more. Where that spot was. I'll see there.
All right.
And that's it for my turn.
Davra will look back. Oof. Dead animals. She don't like that, so she's gonna try to save the animals. She sees the caravan wagoner just frozen in place, so she's going to do her best to try to resuscitate this animal. Keep it from dying. Quickly patching the wounds of this bison will end her turn, as that's what she's doing. Taking us to Weller.
Hello.
She will also mention this stuff is useless, priceless. If we can't get it places. That will end her turn.
That's so confusing.
You can't sell things if you can't take it places.
Yeah, we understand how selling things work. I'm going to swing out with Zebal.
Okay, swinging out at the big aminal or the rider.
Swinging, I'll swing it at the animal. It'd be
Okay.
easier to hit, so
Absolutely.
in theory.
And you could topple it. Possibly 30 will definitely hit it.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Let's see if it's toppled.
Oh, that was a 2.
It was so close to being that 2.
I saw you blow on the die. The
it.
digital die.
There it goes.
It's not toppled, but it does take how much damage?
Our DM did the old pull trick and just hip thrusting a little bit into the side of the table.
Yeah. All right. For 18 points of damage, you crack into the chest of this big warg.
All right, let's do another attack on it. Nah, I'll save it because, yeah, we'll save it.
Save it? All right.
We'll see what
A
happens.
32 absolutely hits. For 21 points of damage as the warg topples over its rider, rolls to the side, standing up, pulls out a blade in hand. Yeah, dagger. It's just a dagger. Nothing to see there.
It's just a dagger. Sure, it's not a dagger of blank.
We'll find out. Anything else for Weller?
Yes. Does my ball have reach or my glaive has the reach?
Your glaive has reach.
I know my glaive has the reach. Okay. So I think that was 25 feet to move down here.
Yeah.
So
It
I'll
is.
do 5 feet to get there. And I will action surge.
Okay. Action surging.
Action
Away.
surging. Let me turn that off real quick on my sheet. There we go. So I know I did it. And let's go ahead and swing out again with Maul.
Okay. $21 will hit them.
Fantastic. Let's go ahead and... Well, are they toppled before I waste the trip attack?
You won't know unless you either expend it or you don't. You'll find out after you roll damage.
All right.
Because it all happens at once.
Well, in that case, let's turn on the superiority die.
Okay.
And we'll use a menacing instead.
A menacing attack, okay. They are indeed toppled over. They're not scared of you,
Damn it.
but they will
At
take
least got something
they
out
will
of it.
take 20 points of damage as they are toppled over.
All right. Let me turn superiority die off, and we'll do our second attack on them.
All right. At advantage if you want to go fishing.
Might as well, right?
Right.
All right, that is going to be a hit. Regardless, for 17 more points of damage, you bring the hammer down onto them.
Dropping the hammer.
Anything else for the Weller?
I think that's going to take care of it.
All right, that will take us to Zach.
I'm going to create a shadow double. I'm not teleporting to it.
Okay. Where is this duplicate?
I'm going to put it right here. Bonus action. I'm going to Word of Radiance. from my
Okay.
shadow.
As it's
Con save.
con save, thank you. Warg fails it. He fails it too. They all fail it.
Cool. They all take 10 points of radiant damage, and
The warg is blinded and flips onto its back as the wizard also rolls over.
I'm gonna go run around the corner and hide behind some bushes because I'm hurt.
All right, getting some cover. I gotcha. All right. that will take us to the big old warg. Lets out a dreadful howl. As I will need everyone. I will need Casmus, Yezebo, and Dusk, and the Earth Elemental to give me a Wisdom saving throw. This howl shrieks out. 25 will definitely do something. 22. Dusk with the 13. Let's see if it affects her. Even the Earth Elemental doing good. Davra will take it. So Dusk and Davra take 36 points of psychic damage, and you are both frightened.
Dusk will use his guarded mind feature to pass.
Does he just pass?
Yep.
Alright. You take 18 points of psychic damage, as does Yezebo and Casmus. The warg will then...
And I'm missing the elemental too, so...
Yeah, the elemental also takes, the 18. Warg will then kind of quickly, as it howls out, snap, as if like snapping at nothing, in this warbling warp field as it teleports away. And starts grabbing the cheese cart and starts running with it.
Okay.
Jeez. Can I hit it?
Nope, it teleported.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's still there within range, but the cheese cart is in its grasp. Just use your imagination. The cheese cart is not there anymore. Ending its turn. And at this point, you would see, as the horn kind of sound stops, as this green fog emanates over the battlefield. From just to the south there a little bit, you would see peeking over the elongated head of a full-grown adult green dragon.
Oh.
I kind of like the other picture better. I'm gonna get the...
You like the old green dragon better?
No, it's the... I like the ancient one better. I'm just gonna get that out here just to... We can use that token because I like it better.
Yeah, that looks definitely better.
The first one seems very peaceful.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm just swimming through the waters here. No,
Splish splash, taking a bath.
This thing does not look like it's swimming through the waters here. As it calls out. In Draconic, does anyone speak Draconic?
Nope.
Oh. No, I do not.
It mumbles something and looks towards you all. Well, now you can't see the initiative. It did roll initiative. It rolled really good.
What's it good?
And this guy with the dagger drawn quickly gets up. And he is going to jab out towards Weller, making 3 quick thrusts.
Yeah.
Getting a 21, a 21, and an 11.
Hit. Miss.
The first attack does 5 points of piercing damage, reduced to 2, and 14 poison damage, for a total of 16.
Jesus.
The second attack does 9 points of piercing damage, reduced to 6, plus 13 points of poison damage, so 19 more.
Not nothing.
It's not nothing.
But I will repost that missed attack.
Okay,
If
absolutely, yeah.
you don't mind.
I mean, he does.
Well,
He's going
he's
to.
gonna have to live with it until he dies.
Yeah, you quickly swing out towards him. As he takes 19 points of damage, he mutters something in a foreign language under his breath. Quickly looking to where Zach's shadow is, and looks like he's about to jolt away as you killed all the regular gnolls. Killed all the regular wargs. Taking us to dusk.
Hmm.
Can Dusk do it?
Well, the dragon's not fun. Let's see though. All right. Dusk is going to beat Kitty Feet and apply feline agility.
Okay. He is running.
Ah. The initiative box is in the way. Can I make it?
Here, I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, I can. Barely. Oh, but would I be in that, guys? Oh, no. I can do that.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Aha.
You don't want to run past the guy with the dagger that stabs out 3 times in one turn?
I thought about it, but I'm just not in the mood.
He hurts.
Dusk is going to beat Feet, and in a flash, he's right next to that person.
All right. To the red-robed individual with heavy robes about.
And he's going to... Sorry, I'm so indecisive tonight.
You're good.
He's going to karate chop him in the face.
All right. Karate chop this guy in the face.
Do an old Judy chop.
Judy chopping a 22. Looks like it would hit, but they're going to cast shield instead, making that just missing.
Okay. And then we'll do a...
As they seem
we'll
quite
kick out at him.
dexterous as well.
We'll kick out at him, see if I can do a little better.
All right.
Not.
As you go to kick out, they definitely move and blocking every attack with their shielded spell.
Bonus action, flurry of blows.
Okay.
I want to hit this person.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
20 is going to be a miss. Again, that deflective shield just getting in the way.
And
Almost seems like a greenish red glow every time you strike at her. Or him.
then I'm going to go ahead and thump myself on the chest
Okay.
with
well,
my last strike.
Hand of healing.
Okay,
All right.
that's it.
That will take us to Yezebo.
Yezebo. Man, I really want to get that big one.
He's got the cheese.
I know, right?
Can't have the cheese.
Maybe it's lactose
Kill it
intolerant.
dead. God, I hate to imagine what would happen after you ate that thing.
I mean, I'm gonna do another fireball.
Okay, fireball.
His own personal fireball.
All right.
Still good damage.
Still good
Yep.
damage. Good advantage on this. As they seem resistant to magic in general. You will take 16 points of fire damage as the cart lights ablaze.
Right, melty cheese curd.
Yep. Yeah, it is now. All the cheese is starting to melt and sweat.
Fondue.
Well, just sell it as fondue. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's getting away.
Anything else
All
for
right.
Yezebo?
That was
All right. That will take us to the wizard. The wizard kind of barely evading Dusk's barrage of strikes. You quite formidable, but you do not know what you are up against. And quickly, you would see magic start to emanate from both of their hands, like, not sure if it's electricity jolting between them as they just surges out towards you, pulsing out as they try to strike you. Getting a 12? A 15.
There's cool guy dodge.
As you cool guy dodge all of their attacks. You are quite quick. Just give me a moment. And they quickly flash away in a puff of dust and run 30 feet that way. Taking us to Casmus.
We're gonna move right there. We're gonna throw Eldritch Blast at that creature
Okay.
there.
Yeah. It is
Let's see.
blasting.
Right.
Yes, both of those do indeed absolutely hit.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. 15 and
Jeez. Yeah, 'cause they were hexed.
17. Yeah, they were X.
32 points of damage as they start limping around, quickly flip back looking at their attackers. Anything else for
That'll be-
Casmus?
For Casmus, no, but we're gonna have the Elemental move up right behind. Isabeau is in range. He's just in range. No, he's just in range. He's gonna throw a rock.
All right, launching a rock. 19 hits it.
19. 4, 8.
It'll take 8 points of damage. As it knocks into its face, snarls as it's looking like it's thinking about coming back.
All right, and a second rock.
Second rock just
18.
hits it.
For another 8.
This evil wolf creature is still alive. Barely just.
Call it ugly.
Anything else for the elemental?
That'll be it.
That will take us to a large dragon as its lengthy neck looks in kind of serpentine kind of fashion around at the seam. As it stops speaking in Draconic and speaks in Common. Flies up as you see its wings very, I don't want to say elven, but looks very lithe, thin wings, and its whole form is very serpentine as it snakes up, flying and flapping its wings, maybe about 50, I'll say 30 feet in the air. You see it inhale little bits of fog of greenish yellow coloration emanate from its nose. Calls out, I give you one chance to bow and serve or perish. but what you have is mine. Just holding their breath there. Taking us to fungi.
What did you take of his? And we're gonna keep going as best we can. Enough. 5, 10, 15. 20. I'm gonna get on the other side of this thing.
Yeah.
And I'll smack it in its head.
The dragon's eyes quickly dart towards fungi. Breath threatening. 18 hits.
Yes.
You'll take 14 points of damage, some of that being necrotic, others being force. His dagger quickly kind of almost faces you. Yes, you are blessed.
What? Oh, just automatic. Oh, because I got the.
I gotcha.
I figured out how to add it as a thing through the D&D Beyond connector, so I don't have to roll it separately. Roll it
Gotcha.
automatically now.
All right. He will take 11 more points of damage. You whack around with the other end of the pole. Anything
And
else?
that's it.
Fun? All right. That will take us to Davra. Shit. She kind of stands up straight. She doesn't take any action. Kind of curious to see how things go, but also not wanting to provoke. Taking us to Weller. As you can hear from under this guy's breath, she will take care of you if I do not.
So, listen, I'm going to bow to you, but if I do it right now, this guy's going to kill me. So I'm going to, and then before finishing the sentence, he just swings out the maul.
Okay. As you would see, fog start emanating from the dragon's mouth. 22 will absolutely hit. As he takes 18 points of damage and is not toppled over. .23 will also hit. As he is toppled over.
Oh.
As he topples over, that horn that's in his one hand drops to the ground and dissipates as he winces. And the dragon just flickers out of existence.
All right.
with no aplomb, very anticlimactic. The dragon just vanishes like it sizzles and fades away, and is just gone.
I'm just going to slow turn because I would have looked to face the dragon at the end of that turn. But I'll slowly look and cut my eyes at this individual, you son of a bitch. And I will, just before ending my turn, go ahead and bonus action second wind.
Okay.
Get some healing. And that is on my sheet. There.
Nice. Hey, I updated it, so it works, remember?
Nice, yeah, thank you.
You get 17 healing. You can move if you like.
I'll stay there.
Alright.
That'll be it.
That will take us to Zach. Behind the bushes.
I'm going to move my shadow out to here. Yeah. And I'm going to, as my action, Toll the Dead on the Red Wizard.
Okay. Actually, oh, she was hit by the radiant light. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh, she got a 14. She'll
Takes
take that
22
22.
And then I think I actually have to move him back here. Move back that way.
This person's hiding, by the way.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can get his too. She's too far away. Okay, what about from... I have 10 more feet of movement. I'm going to use it with the shadow.
Okay.
Because it's flying up this way, and now I'm going to healing word. I think that's all I can get. You're in range. Cool. Everyone gets healing word.
Alright, as you mass healing word.
Yes.
Fair enough. What is the word that everyone hears?
Quickly kill the wizard.
It would probably be the quickly part that does it.
Quickly. Yeah. Everyone gets 8.
Alright, everyone gets 8 points of healing. It's not nothing.
And that will end my turn.
Alright. That will take us to the dire warg. Who has heard it more? Honestly, probably Casmus. Casmus, it's gonna run right up to you. Snap into you as best it can. Getting a 19 to hit.
It hits, definitely hits.
As it quickly and rapidly makes 2 more strikes out towards you. You take 20 with the first strike. It's 15 piercing or 23, sorry, and 8 poison. Where the 8 is a 5. So 23 points of damage from the first strike. It bites out again, getting a 21.
Definitely hits.
As you take 18 and 7 for 25 points of piercing damage. And then it goes for that third bite. Getting a 16.
It hits, still hits.
As you take 23 points of damage, 8 poison, 15 piercing.
So let's
For up
see.
here. Sorry for those of you watching. I keep forgetting to move the camera around.
So 70, okay, 71 points of damage.
Was it 71?
I mean, you said 23 plus 25 plus 23.
25, 20. Yep, that sounds right. Chasma's still up.
Barely, but he's still up.
You are poisoned in this moment. And it quickly... It'll warp away. Snaps out one more time, but this time it warps and shifts. I was hoping it would be able to end you right there. But it was wrong. That will take us to this guy on the ground. You will pay for all this. And it quickly takes his dagger and just runs it across like each of your eyes. I will need Dusk, Fungi, and Weller to give me Constitution saving throws. All right, all right. All right, no one is affected by that. Shit. Looks out. Is it like kind of like it's a bright flash of light? Like, yeah, you guys have seen people flashing daggers before, I guess. It looks like this. That's his turn. That is his action.
Does that count as a melee attack roll?
No, it's an ability called Blinding Flash.
Okay. Gotcha.
You're all good.
He just tried to MIBS? He tried to neuralize us.
Yes, he
Yep.
was trying to blind you
Yep.
so he couldn't get away. Which will take us to Dusk.
Dusk is going to give him one of his classic deadpan looks. And he'll hold up the pommel of a sword. And he'll ignite Dawn. As if to say, that wasn't a flash. This is a flash. And he'll step up and swipe out.
All right. Yeah. You flash your blade.
Takes 14 points of radiant.
You will take 14 points as he winces. Oh. You will burn in the hells with me when you meet your maker.
Breaking his cool guy routine for an instant, Dusk will go blah, 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 blah. And he'll swing out again.
Absolutely. As you stab out straight into, I don't know, where are you stabbing? His face?
Right through his throat.
Right through his throat. Quickly sizzles as you would imagine he's trying to cough up blood, but it's instantly vaporized by the blade in his throat. He drops to the ground.
Guys, Dusk just flashed a guy to death. Take that as you will.
We used to get bored in the monastery. And then Dusk will... he is actually... he is going to... scamper...
Oh, he's scampering.
Doink. Take partial cover behind this wagon.
Okay. Taking us to Yezebo.
Quickly. Can't get much further. Check on Zach.
You see him,
in his shadows. Safe in the bushes?
you probably wouldn't be able to tell immediately, but
They're supposed to be an exact
Yeah.
duplicate, not like a shadow.
yeah. It would be an investigation check. You see one of
Yeah.
them hiding behind the bushes and the other one flying around. A-okay.
So you probably know which one is which.
Yeah. It might be
He's not gonna
obvious.
put his today in it. I don't think Isabel sees anything going on.
Yeah,
Just,
I think the wizard
so-
would be behind the wagon in your view.
Yeah.
And still see
You
the
could,
wart,
you
though,
could
right?
kind of, yeah, you can kind of see. You can kind of
wart
see the
getting away with
warg.
cheese.
Yeah, it's
no,
probably taller than the
he
wagon.
abandoned that cheese. You can see the warg behind you, and you can kind of make out the wizard about 80 feet to the south of you.
All right. Well, I will do the wizard.
You'll do the wizard.
I will do him in as best I can. Let's do
Welcome to D&D After Dark. We're flashing things to death and doing wizards.
yeah.
That is the name of the game. What is
do
Yezebo
it.
doing?
I guess another fireball.
Another fireball?
I know a magic missile.
They've been working really well.
Another
have
magic
magic
missile.
missile.
Yeah, fireballs do damage.
Yeah, they do.
Let's do magic. Let's do some fireball.
All right, launching another fireball. This one not wanting to hurt the steer with the wagon. They got a 15 on their saving throw.
All right.
Looks like they
That's not
will
terrible.
automatically. They will take all 17 of that damage.
That
Anything else for
sounds-
Yezebo?
Oh, that's it.
All right. That will take us to their turn. They will take a step back, clutching their breast and their arm as they've been burnt and hurt. They quickly, you would see flames start to wreathe around them as they start to float and fly as they cast fly on themselves and start flying away. Far, far away, Jenny. As they make it to like the trees over there.
Pray with me, Faust.
They call out before as they're flying through the air. You will get yours, Dara. And we will get ours. As they start to fly away. Ending their turn. Taking us to Casmus.
We're gonna throw a fireball at this thing.
Yeah,
Make the most damage possible.
absolutely.
Let's see. Fireball. Where is it in my? There we go. Good for level. Not all. All right.
Level 4 fireball. They got a
Oh, I did not.
13 on their saving throw, so they definitely fail their save. For 33 points of damage as they had, I'm gonna tell you now, they had 1 hit point left
Oh my god.
as they made a desperate attempt, and it did not pay out for them as the fireball erupts around them, incinerating their corpse. Anything else for Casmus?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. I will take us to Fungi. I don't know if is anyone giving chase, because they are still in range technically. It's
Yeah, I'm
up to
gonna
you.
throw a guiding bolt at it.
All right. So Fungi, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm best to take it. Move down. What I just think about here. I think is the first I can go. Yeah, like that. And I think my spell with my most range is my Moonbeam. Double checking. Yeah. So let's hit with a level 3 Moonbeam right on top. Oh, man,
Okay.
that was lame.
Well, they failed. They'll take that 9 radiant damage.
Fall.
Well, yeah, any chance he
So I'm
loses
rolling.
concentration on his fly?
I do have a warcaster. They do go falling into the bushes. It's gonna be even
Yay!
harder to see them now, though.
All right.
As they
Well,
do fall
if you
into
just
the.
went down, I think the moonbeam just goes. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah, they fall
Ow.
into the trees down below there.
All right. I don't think, unfortunately, I can move in. Just check and see. No, no, can't do that yet. All right. How far down is that from
It's about 60.
floor to
It's about
water?
60 feet down, at least, if not more.
Wonder if I want to go after a crocodile farm afterwards, but we'll see how it goes. All right. That'll be it for my turn.
All right, that will take us to Davros. How did you know that the dragon was an illusion? As she's patching up an ox. That will end her turn. Taking us to Weller.
Weller's just gonna say, illusion. Yes, yes. It was an illusion. And that'll be it. I'm not
All
gonna
right.
give chase or anything.
Zach.
Zach's gonna fly out, up. I guess probably, what is it, to there? And try to see if I can see down the ravine from even higher up, 40 feet up.
Going 40 feet up. Give me a perception check. Will be your action to do so. Be hard to see through the trees of this, in the fog of this cold bog.
Yeah, I'll give you that perception check.
13, you do not see them.
Yeah, bonus action healing word, everybody.
Okay,
Mass healing.
bonus action, mass healing word. Is it quickly again?
Yes.
What's the word?
This guy's always rushing us.
Hey, everyone gets 11 points of healing.
Nice.
That'll take us to dusk.
Dusk will saunter over to the pack animal that she's patching up.
Yeah, she's doing her best to like get the ice off and stop it from dying.
Dusk will grab it by the horns as it lays on the ground and headbutt it
Okay.
and get it back up.
You would hear this. It's alive.
And
Give me
and
an,
then he'll
give
look
me an
at
animal
Dabra
handling
and
check.
say, "Do what?"
Give me an animal handling check.
I feel like it's so startled that it headbutts him back when it
Yeah,
wakes
that's what we're checking.
up.
21.
21.
Nah, it's gives you googly eyes as it's coming out of its stupor.
And he'll look over at Dabra and say, "Any other business associates we should know about?"
Wouldn't call them associates.
Right.
Would call them opportunities. Anything for Yezebo.
I don't know. Can I try magic missile at the guy running away?
You don't see them.
Okay, then no. I guess there's nothing.
All right.
I'm out of fireballs.
We'll say after this they are gonna get away. But with bodies of wargs all about the place. Couple of, well, one cheese cart down, and a donkey,
And a driver.
and a I shouldn't care about that. 2 drivers actually.
Mm.
Davra quickly, after the ox is resuscitated, gives an eye to Dusk and a nod, and then quickly starts searching through this wagon, pushing the body aside as it tumbles to the ground. The frozen body of the other driver.
Hey, tell us those weren't like former guards that you forgot to pay or anything.
She takes a sigh of relief. No. They were opportunists. Could call myself one too, but a couple of deals went bad. I didn't think they would be this far west.
Did y'all used to run together in a crew?
Absolutely not.
Dusk is sort of standing on tippy claws, peeking in, seeing what she seems to be rummaging for.
You can give me a perception check. Maybe versus her sleight of hand. That's really good. Ooh.
26.
Oh.
She quickly covers the wagon. Nothing you need to see here. I suggest we get on our way as quick as possible. Leave the bodies. And she quickly starts to get some new reins out for the oxen. And calls out,
You don't
"Get out.
bury your
Things are fine. We're moving on." As if calling out to the hidden driver in the first wagon. Gives a nod. And starts to get this other oxen ready.
All right.
I'm gonna, if I can't see the other wizard at all, go back and
Yeah,
stick to this other dude's
they are gone.
and stuff. Yeah,
I am going to
go rummaging.
your wounds.
Loot that body.
Cosmos. Do you not bury your dead up here? Or what's burial practices?
For who?
Like your driver.
Wilderness will take them. I don't think they had anything of use.
Right.
Casmus, could you perhaps have your elemental bury the dead?
We can chuck them in the bog.
Yeah.
Let nature take
Yeah, we
its
can do-
course.
Oh, he'll
We could
cast
do
it
that.
for 15.
Yeah, the elemental's going to dig a few graves for the humans.
And the
Davra-
donkey.
Dower will kind of... You know, this is... You have until I'm done getting this cart ready. This animal ready. And then we are making our way. Shouldn't linger long. They could come back, and there could be more.
Check this guy's body.
Listen, lady,
That's
you're
all right.
welcome to proceed by yourself, but considering that we just pretty much saved the caravan, maybe cut us a little slack and allow us to keep with the traditions.
You have proven your worth, so I'm giving you the time until I am done fixing the wagon. As there are some broken parts of the wagon, so she is going to be fixing the wagon for a few
That takes
minutes.
some time.
Searching over the body of this guy, nothing really significant. There's a small spell focus of what looks to be some sort of crystal, and a dagger. You would see tattoos covering his body of different insignia and magical tattoos.
Any gold?
He has no money on him.
All right, I'll take the dagger and the focused is. What do these do? Looks like
Well,
magic stuff.
that it helps focus your magic, and that is a pointy stick.
Right.
That's what they are.
And the dagger to Weller and her the spell focus. Or do you want me to put it in the bag?
Put it in the bag. I'll have one.
Yeah. Someone else can take the dagger.
It's just a dagger.
I'm fairly well armed.
Never hurts to have a dagger.
We used to have NPCs we gave daggers and the like to, but we lost
Wait.
all of them.
You don't keep a dagger in your boot?
Yeah, I've already got one there.
Oh, you're good.
I need a dagger.
Actually, I don't have a dagger in my boot. I've got a javelin in my boot that runs all the way up. Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
That's where I keep my javelins.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Don't ask. It's better you
don't
don't
ask.
know. You should see where I keep the adamantium light hammer.
Oh boy.
It's in my other boot. Don't be weird.
Right.
Envisioning a boot with these sticks just
Mhm. Just sticking out.
Just long stick sticking out. You all of a sudden you start to think, yeah, Weller does walk kind of funny.
Yeah,
There's just like a pole sticking out above my head at all times.
But yeah, you do have time to bury the dead. Dover will honestly, it'll probably be like 15 or 20 minutes while she's fixing the wagon.
I'll gentle repose ritual for them.
Is it 15 or 20
can I
minutes?
for the
I
15
think it only
or
takes
20
me.
minutes,
How long does the repose
10.
actually take me?
What
Does
was
it take me that
can I
without
draw this
doing his
tattoo?
ritual?
You're getting all scrabbly on us, Yazabow. Would you say, though?
Sorry. Could I, draw his tattoos in the 15 or 20 minutes?
You could do your best. You're proficient with calligraphy supplies, right?
Right.
Give me an Arcana
Help them
check.
out of the bag.
Yeah, really smart.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not. I have alchemists, weavers, smiths, and woodcarvers.
Oh,
You just get as part of being a wizard.
no.
Carve them into a piece of wood. You got wood carvers, right? There you go.
I'll carve them into a piece of wood
Sure.
or a piece of metal.
Give
Just
me...
cut off the
Rainbow
arm and
and
bring the
metal.
arm with us.
Even more
I
fun.
could. Gentle repose.
Just show up in Gauntle Grim. Be like, anyone know what these mean? Just holding up a tattooed severed arm.
Let's give you time to copy them a little bit easier.
Right. If you're gentle reposing it, are we keeping the arm in the bag?
We aren't,
I mean-
we aren't taking bodies with us.
But as a glaive will take it off in no
Aw.
time.
No, we just want the arm.
We don't need to be morbid. You said you
You're
want to
gonna leave
bury
their
some
bodies
dead
on the side of the road.
some dead that you care about and take other bodies with you.
We're not taking the body. We were joking around. It's called gallows humor. We've seen a lot of death. It's kind of what keeps us going. Go back to fixing the cart. Yes, I agree.
You should
The
mind your
tattoos might
tongue
become important.
and not tell me what to do.
You must have me confused with Casmus. You can talk to Casmus like that, but
Oh,
I have already said you've proven your worth. That does not give you the right to give orders. You may do that with your own company, but not me.
right. Anyway,
Isabeau does the whole cover her face thing and just turns back to the arm.
The cart's about finished. We should be on our way.
Right.
You can give me an Arcana check, though, real quick, Yasubo.
No whammies? Jeez.
You are uncertain what these are. Unfamiliar with these markings and what they might mean.
I hate. If they are magical. Maybe.
at least you got them
Yeah.
copied down. You can always ask somebody. It was better than nothing.
Just got it kind of copied.
Wouldn't
It's
wouldn't
hard-
those
it's
of
hard
us
to
from the
Makes sense.
surface know by reputation?
I would say that Casmus and Dusk can give me you could put one and two
'Cause I know
together. That
They're
was a
very
red wizard.
active in the area Dusk is from as well.
Yeah.
But I can make a roll because
Yeah.
you might not have
I would
history.
low DC of like, I don't know, 10. Oof.
Read somethings.
Mm-hmm.
let's see if Cosmos knows. And it should be a nope.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard the term red wizard. It's probably not said in good conversation, but uncertain to the entire affiliation from some faraway country.
So it's less of like, hey, look, a red wizard, and more of, oh, a red wizard.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But eventually, about 20 or so minutes, and Endeavor starts kind of getting the wagon moving. As the two wagons now continue their journey.
Wait, did we establish that the wagon was destroyed? I thought we just had melted cheese.
It's,
it was fondue.
It's a burnt, cindered wagon that got hit by 2 fireballs.
It's a really good wagon, though.
It's covered in
Aged.
cheese, yeah. Covered in nice,
It's delicious.
crispy cheese.
Delicious.
Fried cheese.
I mean, the elemental could probably pull that cart.
It's broken. It's burnt. It's cinders.
It's ash. It's probably ash. Yeah.
It's
Does the old like Looney Tunes? He touches it and it just all disintegrates.
yeah, exactly. You go over like, oh, cheese, crumble, crumble, crumble. But yeah, the elemental will disappear in an hour. Either way. But a little more tense journey continues on. Davers says nothing about the happenings of that event. The events of the happening? Yeah, the happenings that occurred that day on the road. But it would take another day and a half journey before you arrive at the base of a large mountain. The snow's still present to the north of you, but the climate gets to be a little bit warmer. Some of the mountains are still snow-capped. But Daver takes you to the base of one. And this dark, almost reddish colored stone juts out behind, like, the road is much less traveled here, and in fact is more of a offshoot of a trail. This last like half day's journey is definitely like semi off-roading. There's no signage. And this nearly hidden pathway takes you to an oddly well hidden giant cavern, about 30-40 feet wide. You would imagine that the ceiling is probably 50 feet up, but it does dip down quite rapidly, as it looks like there's several switchbacks leading down into a cavern complex of sorts. The wagons will be slower going here. But you would notice, dotting this interior of the cavern, the occasional brazier. Some are broken and shambled, others are more together and lightly lit with low-burning coals, just emanating enough light to kind of mark the semblance of a path heading into this cave. And Dover makes no note of any of this either, or at least doesn't mention it, as if business as usual. Until maybe about 30 minutes into this cave, the land gets to be a little more flat. And you can see a pair of great doors ahead of you, carved in stone. As I believe might have art for this one. There should be. Yeah, there's an art for the doorway. But you are not those people. So use your imagination that it is you guys and Davra and two wagons approaching this massive door. You should have the letter ready. That would help all of us here.
Right.
And I would recommend hoods up for the drow. Could I have the letter?
Have it?
I'm not going to read it. I'm going to hand it over. If it is to grant audience, then that will grant entrance.
Some for King Bruno. How
Right.
about granting an audience?
What do you mean you don't know about granting an audience?
I don't know what the letter's about. I just know it's for King Bruno.
Right.
All right.
So can I have it to give to these guards that are through this door?
Okay. I give her the letter.
She'll take it. Look at it. Small parcel. Now, hoods up. Keep behind the wagons.
All right.
Just in case. This is a city full of dwarves, so they tend to hate drow more than others. They still hold old prejudice, unlike myself. Grown rather fond of a few of your kind.
Right. All right. and trust you from here then.
And she nods. Letter in hand, walks up to this massive stone door. Starts to kind of feel around it. Where is it? Ah. And kind of reaches in a kind of like a side pocket next to where like the mouth would be. Kind of like, it almost looks like a dwarven face. Handles are way up high to where like no dwarf's gonna reach that. It's ridiculous. Like made for giants. But she reaches kind of below its, next to its mouth, or like next to the mustache, and kind of pulls something metal out, as you would hear a low gong. A moment or two passes as the doors start to grind and moan open. And as they do, you can see a vast cityscape before you. Half ruined, dotted with braziers and sconces holding flames. You can clearly see water running through the space. And you would be quickly met by a dozen armed dwarven guards, all with hammers and axes and pikes and halberds, even a maul here or there. And that's where we're going to end tonight, as you guys have arrived at Gauntlgrim. We will see how the meeting goes next time.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be awesome.
We'll see
Can't
how
wait.
the entrance goes. You guys, you're at the entrance at the very least. Oh, I do have.
Hey,
This will be the
that's
background.
a good start.
We did it.
Good night,
we
Twitch.
did it.
But yeah, we'll end there tonight. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
Thanks,
Night,
all.
Internet.
Adios.
Hi, everybody.
Bye. Good
Night.
night.